let's have some kind of information on the lightning component. Okay, what is a component? Usually, a component is a self-contained unit which is reusable in the application. Means you can use any number of times the same component. You can use any number of times in any application or in any other component also. Okay, so we have already seen what is the component bundle, what are the different files will be there. Okay, server side controller and then client side controller is Apex. Okay, now okay, this is what we have done. We'll see the very simple. So this is actually the bundle and where the references will be there. What are the component you have to use inside the lightning component? You can have the reference here. So there are lightning components, then aura components, force, and then different other components are there. So here UI components for having the buttons and text areas, input text, something like this. Okay, and then you have another thing called aura. So this aura is component expression HTML if iteration render if. So these three are very much important. In this one, expression is not that much important. Okay, so just the how the expression will be there. So this is how it will be there. We have already discussed it. Then if condition. So how the if will be there. Okay, so the syntax of the if, let's say new lightning component. Okay, so here actually we have created some components, sorry, some visual force pages in the previous classes. We have created a tabs also, visual force tabs, custom object tabs we have created, right? The same way, if you want to create a tab for any component, what you have to do is lightning tab. You have to implement this interface. Okay, then if you want to create this as a page, lightning page, then you can have lightning page, lightning record page, lightning community space, lightning quick action. Okay, so all these are interfaces. Okay, let's create very simple application for creating, for displaying the records from the database. Okay, let's see what are the next steps. Other components we have already seen, events we'll see the later. Component names, see these are the some conditions. Must be begin with the letter and then contain only alphanumeric contents. You just look into this one. HTML. Okay, so if you want to use the labels inside the component, how can you use it? Okay, let's say I just want to display the label data into the components. Let's see label. I'm giving just very simple name. Let you know how to use the label name. So usually how to use the label name is symbol, then dollar, label dot c. C means namespace. C dot default namespace is C. So whatever the label you have created, let's say you have name of the link. Now what you can welcome to Lightning. This is how you have to use the light custom labels inside the Lightning. The syntax is exclamatory symbol inside the parentheses, then dollar label, and then C. C means it's a namespace. Okay. Then the whatever the label name you have to keep. That's the API name. Okay. Now let's see what else we can. Okay. Now, another thing inside the condition, so we have this component, right? Let's say if the output number is usually what happens is it displays 0, right? Okay, now we have if it is not 0, then only we have to display the result, otherwise we don't need, right? So in that case what we can do is different if conditions. Use this aura render if. Okay, render if syntax should be remembered. Okay, aura colon render if is true. This is the condition. Okay. Now just calculate, then it will be displayed. If it is not equals to 0, then only it will be rendered. So in Aura conditions, in the Aura framework, or let's say in the Aura namespace, the most important thing is component if iteration render if. Okay, component. So usually whenever you create a component, automatically component will be there. And what are the different attributes you have? Access. So if this component should be accessed by other users in the different other applications also, then make it global, public. Okay, public or global. Okay, next controller. Controller means this is the apex class. Controller means apex class. Then description extends is not required, extensible. Means if this component is if you want to make this component as extensible for other components, means it can be reused, then you can need extensible. Implements. So implements means usually whenever you want to make this component as tab, or let's say available for quick actions, so in that cases you have to implement the different kind of interfaces. I'll explain that what are the different interface also, don't worry about it. Is template, you just remember it. Okay, so just note down, in the aura namespace you have to learn component, if, iteration, render if. You should remember and you should practice that. So iteration means usually in the Visualforce also what we have done. So we have retrieved the list of queries and then we have iterated them and displayed it. For the same kind of operation, if you want to iterate the list or list of records, then you have to go for aura iteration. Okay? In everywhere, even if it is aura iteration or whatever the apex iteration it is, there should be list variable and then the temporary variable will be there. Here also, when we talk about this aura iteration, how it will be there. Iteration means it will be having the items and variable, and then you can use that variable in it. Okay, that's like as for loop. Okay, so if condition means if is true. So render if means render if is true. Then if you want to use the else also, syntax should be like this: aura render if is true. Inside the tag only aura set false. Set then render if. Even if also see this is true. This one set else it is. Okay. Now the render of our text. Okay. So our text. Okay, write down. In Aura, you have to practice if, iteration, render if, component. Okay, in Lightning namespace, you have to practice all the things, but important thing is button, button group, button menu. So data table, Lightning data table. This is very much important. Lightning file upload. So if you see this, there will be some examples. For each and every tag, there will be an example. You just copy paste all the controller and everything and then try it. Then use this formatted email format and name, something like this. Okay. And very much important is Lightning input field. Okay. Lightning input field. And then Lightning layout items, and Lightning navigation. Use this Lightning progress bar also. It means you have to try it in your components. Then progress indicator. And very important thing, Lightning record edit form. record form, record view form, record edit form, record form, record view form. These are called lightning data services. Okay, there will be an interview question around this record edit form and all of this. I'll tell you the examples further, don't worry. But you guys have to see this. Select, lightning select, lightning tab, text area, all the things is required. And lightning tree, this is some kind of very much important thing. Lightning tree, you should know this. Okay. Then utility bar API, workspace API. Okay. You just love it. And force. So force, input field, output field, record data, record edit, record view. These three are very much important. Input field, output field, record data, record edit, record view. Okay. Force chatter, force command, that is fine. You don't need to worry about that. Lightning require. You just know about this one. Require. Lightning colon require. This is used to include some resources. Okay. In the UI, you have to practice all types. There is no other options for this. In UI, you have to look into all the things. Okay. And interfaces. Okay. So there are some kind of interfaces. So you know that interface means there will be some functionality we have to implement it, right? So in Lightning, you have to know about all these interfaces. Action override. So you just need to read the specification and documentation and understand. Action override means what are the actions you have new button or others, right? That you can override with the your custom functionality. Hash base reference is URL addressable. This is very important. And record home template. And these all are important. Lightning, not only in Lightning, in all ways it is very much important. Then force. So in force app hostable, if this interface is implemented, then you can create the tab. Otherwise, you can't create the tab for that. Has record ID, has a subject name, lightning quick action without header. All are required. In force, all interfaces are required to know about this. Then these are not required. In the lightning, allow guest to access. This is also not required. Okay. Then events. And these are very, very, very important. Okay. So I will let you know the events later. For now, we just practice this one. Okay. Let's create some of the events. So there are predefined system events. In system. thing is you have a component, right? So on the component, whenever this component is loaded, so you have to show something. Let's say you have to set something. Okay, that is called unit operation. Let's say unit handle. Okay, how to use the handles. So in each event, okay. So yesterday you have seen some kind of things like you have used lightning app builder. I just wanted to let you know this. Okay. So when you edit this page, this is called app builder. Okay, whatever yesterday we have done, the page changes, that is called app builder. What app builder can do? App builder, you can create the pages here. If you want to create a new page, you can open, you can create a new page like let's say my page. And here you can see how the page should be displayed: app page, home page, record page. Okay, so app page means whenever the application is landed, how it should be displayed. That's called app page. Okay, home page is also the same way. The record page means whenever the record is created, how that should be displayed. Or let's say when the record is displaying to the end user, how it should be displayed. Okay, so if you want, you can create one of the page and assign it. Okay, let's say student page. These are called flexi pages. So select the object. So how it should be: header and then group header and one region, left bar. Say this. Different other ways also, or different way of displaying. You can have your own pages. Let's say here header, and this one is the famous one which is used. Now this is the page. Okay, so how, let's say you want to detail of the record here, just drag and drop there. Detail of the record will be added. And if you want to header of this highlights panel, drag and drop the highlights panel. Okay, now if you want to display the related list, related list, here you can drag and drop. Okay, now this, once it is saved, anyway yesterday we have seen that you have to activate it, right? Then what you have to do is you have to set to the users and then applications and record types based on the profiles. So that's how you have to do. That is the app builder. So what is the use of app builder? Create the page or edit the page. Okay, now so there are, actually we have events. Yesterday also we have talked about this events. Okay, so events, usually how it will be: first event creation, let's say event definition or creation. Okay, second one, event registration for component events. Third one, event handler just like the one kind of life cycle. So how the event will be there. So for the system events, we don't need to create the system events. Okay, we don't need to create the events for the system events. So some kind of events are unit change, then waiting, something, some of the unit. This is the event life cycle, event handling life cycle. First, detect the thing and determine the event type, component or application. So if it is the application event, handlers will be located and find. Okay, I'll explain it later too. First thing, how the handlers will be there. Okay, so some system handlers are there, like our name equals to init. Okay, equals to init, value equals to this, action equals to. Now what happens is, in the controller, let's use the init function. So init means whenever the component is loaded, okay, if you want to perform some actions, then that's called as init. So okay, now here just refresh. Performing action means you have already given some values by default, passing the values. Calculator and show. And if you click on the something, the action will be performed. Init means whenever the component is loading, then that will be perform some actions. That's called as init. Init means initialization. When the component is initialized, if you want to do something, that's called as initialized. And there are some aura rendering and others. Okay, so just now we have seen that render if, then you have to practice if condition as well. You have to connect and then init. Init means handler. What is a handler? Means whenever product is loaded or something, then it will be done. I'll explain the component events later. Okay, cognitive. Alright. Let's say okay. So let's have very simple component. You can write down it later to display the records from the component. Okay, from database you have to display the, let's say, first apex class. Let's say student controller. To get here, let's say, for example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give one value in the UI, and based on that record should be fetched and displayed in the file. Okay, that we have done in the visual first, the same way let's do it in the lightning. Okay, for now what we have to do is you have to mention aura enabled. Then the method should be public static, and then whatever the data type, list of student. Returning return whatever the fields you need of student, where name like this is just returning the records. Student underscore okay. So whenever you want to make the apex class you have to use aura enable. Okay, now let's create the component. How the component should be. Okay, so let's have a tab for this lightning tab. Then what happens is whenever you click on this, when you make it lightning tab, then automatically one interface will be implemented. That is called course colon app posting. only we can be able to create a tag for this. Now here, for displaying the search string, we should have one attribute, right? Let's say for text name or something, if you want to give, then we should have one attribute name equals to type equals to once this is searched and if the records came out, then we should store them in some place. Equals to list or let's say students. You can give whatever the name you want, we need it. Type equals to list. Okay, is to order. So once these are done, you need to display the table. Okay, search you have to do it right first. Let's display the search string. For that, you have to give the text lightning text. So that's why I'm keep on showing you how to use this thing. So lightning input field, or let's use UI column text. Where is UI? Use this. Label is search string. Enter search string. Okay, class. We just remove it. Value should be in the search string. Okay, just ignore it. Use BR means after that you need a line break, but then button. So here UI button you can use UI button or even lightning button also you can use. See this? Use the lightning button also for your reference. I'm using both combinations. Okay, so if you want whatever you want, you can use this. Lightning. See this. So if you want whatever the type of button you want to have, let's say some kind of neutral button or some brand action or success action kind of thing, then what you can do is say use this lightning okay variant success label equals to search. Okay, on click you just search records, search students. Okay, let's use instead of students you can have search universities because we have universities more instead of this. Okay, universities. Use the universities. Okay, after that now we have to display the records. Once the result is come, then you have to display the records. So use this aura column iteration. Now just go and get the iteration. So iteration, let me show them. So we have two variables, I mean two attributes. One is the items, second one is variable. So use this. We have already shown that. Okay. So here items, then item, variable. Okay. So here aura iteration, items equals to where it is in the list, right? This is in universities. V dot universities. Then variable equals to university. Now here what you can do is inside that you can have your table and everything. Okay. So let me fill the table. I'm just displaying name only. Okay. So this table. Variable un name. You just give like this. So let's change our controller. Let's write the university controller instead of university query controller. School. Now let's copy the name of the controller using the component. So here we have already seen. We have to mention controller equals to like this. Okay. So once this is done, how you have to do it? So on clicking of this, on click of the button, it should call one of the controller. That's called action is this one, search university. Okay. Use the helper dot search university. Component take this function. Here we just need component. Okay. So here this till this is very simple and we have done. Okay. Now how can we get the list of records from the apex to the lightning component? Is very much important, right? Now, first what you need to do is get the search string. You can give whatever the name you want. Component. Also, we have already seen how to get the value, right? Now, how to get the action? Let's say how to call the apex method from the lightning component, where action equals to, you can give any name also, action or action 1, action 2, whatever the name you want, you can give. Component C dot. C means controller. Then what is the controller here? So this query controller. Get the now, as you have the parameters, right? You have to pass the parameter value. How to set the parameters? Use the syntax of set params. You have to by head this. There is no other option. Okay. Now use this. What are the parameters? Colon value. This is the value. Say you have another attribute also. Let's say another parameter name string search string comma some name something you have given. You have to do is comma enter then another name my value comma value of the variable. So let's say another value. Let's say date. Parameters you have all the parameter values you have to pass. So here as we have only one parameter actions dot callback. You have to pass this component and function of result. So once the whatever the result is there are something called there are different kind of state. Okay, response state will be different. Will be there, incomplete will be there, different other states will be there. Okay, so if you want you can go and now here where the result will be there. Result will be where start get return value. The function result come output that what where we have to very very important point. $A dot NQ job. So what this NQ job will do? So this NQ job, NQ job. Okay, where is error? So this is NQ action. Okay, now let's go ahead and we have done all the things. Let's go and create a tab for it. Okay, tabs. Lightning component tabs. So we have created with the component student search component. Use this student search. Now go ahead and search for the tabs. Student search. Here you can give the name of the thing. Let's say university search. Yes. So this is how it will means here the previous mistake is, so we had added some quotations also that will not be added, that should not be added. So here this is how it should be. Okay, student search controller. First what we have done, we have created two attributes, one for search string, another for university stores, and enter search string once it is searched button, or once the button is clicked, then controller will take care of calling the helper method, and from helper method we are passing the search string into the apex class. So this is the syntax, set callback. So when you enqueue action, then it will call the controller method from the apex